This is Pastor Andrew from Somali Christian Ministries. And yes, there are Somali Christians in the world. I want to encourage you today, you don't have to be a superstar or a big internet evangelist or somebody very popular or famous in order to be used by God in a great way. If you're just a simple person, a housewife, maybe you're working in a bank as a clerk, maybe you're a waiter or a waitress, maybe you don't have a big position of authority, you're just a servant, you're just a helper, you're just a maid. And you think, what can I do? How can God possibly use me? But God uses anyone in any situation that they are in to do great things. Think about Moses. When Moses was born, the Pharaoh, the king of the land, had issued an order that any male babies born to Israelite women had to be killed. This was a law. This was the law of the land. It says in Exodus, "Then Pharaoh gave this order to all his people. Throw every newborn Hebrew boy into the Nile River. Kill them." Now there were women who were working as midwives. They helped other women deliver their babies. And when Moses was born, the midwives did not kill Moses. In fact, the midwives did not listen to the law of the land. They disobeyed Pharaoh. They disobeyed the king because they were following a greater king. They were following God. And God did not want them to kill newborn babies. So the midwives let the baby boys live. So when Moses was born, his mother kept Moses alive for 3 months, and then she said, well, let's put him in a basket in the Nile River and see what happens. Because eventually, Moses might be killed because of the law. And so they put him in a basket, and the king's daughter saw the basket. And one of her maids, one of her assistants, said, look, there's a basket. And she brought the basket. And the Pharaoh's daughter said, well, what a beautiful baby. It looks like a Hebrew baby, a Jewish baby, but I'm going to keep it anyway. And then the baby's sister came to the princess and said, do you want me to find a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby for you? And think about it, the story of Moses. God used the hospital assistants, the people working as midwives who would go into the houses and help women give birth to babies. They spared Moses. Then God used the king's daughter's maid who saw the basket and brought it to her master. Again, a servant, a waiter, a waitress, somebody who doesn't have a great position at all. was used by God to save Moses. And then Moses' sister comes to the princess and says, "Hey, do you need someone to feed the baby, to nurse them?" The princess said yes. And Moses' sister was able to get her mom to be able to nurse Moses. So I want to encourage you today. It doesn't matter what kind of a job you have or how small you think you are, that nobody's going to really listen to you anyways, you don't have an important job. God can use you to do amazing things by giving somebody a Bible, by protecting a Christian who maybe will get killed if you don't give them some food or if you don't give them some money so they can escape. God can use you to do what looks like a little thing, like the maid who said to her master, "Oh, look, here's a basket. Do you want me to get it for you?" A simple thing. And Moses was saved, and Moses grew to be a man, and then Moses was used by God to deliver the Israelites. An entire nation was delivered from the slavery and bondage of Egypt. And a little bit about why that happened was because there were some midwives who wouldn't kill the Hebrew babies that were being born. Midwives who disobeyed the law in order to follow God and to save Moses. The maid who said to her master, "Look, there's a basket. Do you want me to get it for you?" And Moses' sister who followed the basket and came to the princess and said, "Do you want me to get someone to feed this baby for you?" All these little people were used by God to save Moses' life, that would allow him to grow into a man and save the Israelites from bondage and slavery in Egypt. I pray the Lord's blessing upon you as you hear this word, and that you would also realize that Jesus is the one who can deliver you from the bondage of sin. If you put your faith in Jesus Christ, He will save you from your sins, take away all your fear, and give you peace.